All right, habit to finish out no code. If that's not worth a trumpet, I don't know what is. 4, it's quite a list, please. Bear with me. Liev, from the live stream, Mr. Daniel Ponce, Daniel, my sister glommed on your comment and said, do habit for Daniel Ponce. I don't know why. Madam Secretary, Mr. Pat Prime, Thomas Varnell, 23 Lorne Duncan, Anthony LaRocca, Usama B, 81 Orange Crush, haven't said that name in a long time, Jim Haumisser, Oscar01, haven't said that name in a long time, and Dan Laporte, who sent me just the most lovely email. Dan, for you. It doesn't get much more fun than this. Put your guitar into drop D, that means your low E string is now a low D string, which opens up some pretty cool possibilities. The first being the second chord, which is after the first chord, which is A. And then you're gonna do the nastiest, gargliest, atrocious upstrum you can do on those low D notes, which is the open, now D, A, and D strings, the dad string. So, A, D, A, and then drop D power chord on the 6th fret. Everything's in the 6th fret. Usually we have to do this to do a power chord, but since this string is 2 frets lower than it usually is when it's open, to accomplish the same thing, we have to make it 2 frets higher, and everything ends up in the same fret. In this case, it's the 6th fret, and you just go. So, A, D, A, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. But on the second time and the 4th time and the 6th time, every other time on the even numbered times, it's not 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. It's 6, 6, 6, 6, 5, 3, open, which is the cool thing about drop D. You can play power chords really fast and change in between them. Here we go. A, D, A, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, A, D, A, 6, 6, 6, 6, 5, 3, open. Brings us to the next part. All right, quite a dissonant change here. We're going to an E flat power chord. You can do this on the, well, we're going to do it on the 6th fret of the A string. That's the best place to do it. We're going to play E flat. That's a 6, 8, 8 on A, D, G. And then this is kind of fancy because right where your middle finger is, this this fret here, the 7th fret, is the A power chord that we want to play next. Now the Pearl Jam book thinks it's just octaves. I don't know, it doesn't matter. You pick whichever way you want to do it. I was watching live versions and I definitely saw Mike do this, which means he wasn't doing an octave. Maybe he was just playing the root there, but here's what it would be. It would be A string 6th fret and G string 8th fret for our E flat. And then both in the 7th fret on the now D and the always has been D string for the A, which is kind of fun because if you use your pointer finger and your pinky finger there, then you use those 2 fingers for that shape and the other 2 fingers for that shape, and it kind of makes you feel fancy and fresh. So here's that. I don't know. I like the more fleshed out sound of the whole power chords better. And that's it for the second part. Never thought you'd have it. Ready? 3rd fret, drop D power chord. 2nd fret, and then we're going to play an open super quick, but just right before we go up to the 7th fret and go 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, open. So that is nice and slow. 3, 2, open, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, open. Repeat. And then you go A, D, thought you'd have it. A, D. Bunch of times. Until you hit an E, which is the 2nd fret. Before he's speaking as a child of the 90s. But you hear somebody play this thing during that part, and you know, E regular doesn't work because this is no longer an E string, it's a D string, but you can still accomplish the regular E major chord if you put your middle finger on now low D2, ring finger on A2, pinky finger on always has been D2, and pointer finger on G1 there, and then you can play your if you want, or you can just hit the E power chord there. And then the second time that this part crashes out on that's an F, the 3rd fret power chord. Then there's the, you know, 2nd fret, 5th fret, 4th fret, 3rd fret, and big low D. And then we're into the outro, which is a total mess. During which you can do just about whatever you want as long as you are in D, because that's essentially what the band is doing, playing D for a long, long time. I saw versions, live versions, where Ed was doing this, do G14 and B15, and you can strum everything but the baby E string. This is the weirdest D power chord I've ever played, but it's got only D's, roots, and fifths in it, which is to say D's and A's. It's just got a super high end up there, and he was moving our little shape down 2 frets. You'll recognize this out of your regular old D shape. We're just an octave higher. Okay, so like this. I saw versions where Mike was going like this, the low drop D power chords on the 12th and 10th frets, mirrors this thing that Eddie was doing. It's D and C. If you want to mimic what Jeff is doing, I don't think any guitars are doing this, but it's fun. You can go, which is 12, open 7, 10, open 12, open 7, 10, open 12. And Stone, I think in the album version, is playing, if you do your what are we doing here? What is this? Why does this work? I do not know why this works. I need a moment. I got it. Okay, grab B13 and do G14, and then for safety's sake, you can do D12. That is 3/4 of a D7 chord. This B13 is that C note from the 1st fret of the B string when you play regular old D7, and that's why this works. So we got B13, G14, and, you know, I like putting this low note in there in case you happen to pluck that string. It's not wrong. And Stone's just bouncing back and forth between the G and the B strings mostly. Yeah, or you can wail away on just low D to your heart's content. Do whatever you want as long as it's D related there. And those are the pieces to have it. We have finished No Code. Thank you everybody for being here. Some of those requests went back a long time. And yeah, I'll see you next time with more stuff. Goodbye.